Hey, welcome back to part 2 of my continuation of the Dump Games Workshop series. So in part 1 we went through the software ZBrush, and hopefully you're familiar with some of the interface and some of the kind of general workflow that we use to create 3D digital sculpting. So let's bring that forward a little bit more now and finish off the miniature and eventually bring that into a 3D slicer. In this case I'm using a lychee, and then we're going to finish up and finish the 3D print itself, and I'm going to show you how the 3D print turned out as well. Yep, I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and let's get started. So I've revisited the head sculpt a little bit. So I made it even slightly more disgusting. So I made like these kind of crevices in his head where the kind of infection is kind of taking hold. So, and just what I've done is, as I said, kind of exaggerate a little bit more of the kind of depth that you have in the model. So I've added, gone into dam standard and just outlined these boils a little bit more. Just to make sure that stands out when it comes to the 3D print side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to continue that kind of disgusting boil theme onto his arms. Make sure that's got used on his arms. So let's do that now. So what I've done is quickly change my brush. So I might need to adjust the brush size slightly. So go into clear buildup. I'm going to try and put a boil here. Again, making sure that's enough depth for it to appear on the 3D print. Oh yeah, just build that up. Yeah, that's good. I think boils come in threes in this one. Yeah, that's looking great. It's looking disgusting. Damn standard. Go around and I might need to decrease the size of my brush a little bit. Ooh. Try to be a bit more accurate there. Let's just change the view again. Just move into there. Yeah, that's looking great. Fantastic. We'll do it on the other side as well, making sure that it's on his hands. So again, clay build up. Ooh, where's that gone like that? The good things about ZBrush is that it's got a kind of memory on the top bar. Any mistakes or anything on different stages rather of your sculpting. If I go back one, there it goes, disappeared. So let's try that again. I think I want to make that bigger actually. Yeah, that's good. Let's build that up again. Build that up, build that up. Let's try one big massive boil there. Boils come in threes. Yep, looking good. Looking well infected, this guy. So again, damn standard. Go around outlining it. Like these boils are really cutting into his flesh. Yeah, it's looking good. There you go. Some more infection. Now he's looking more like a decent zombie. Great stuff. So this is what the zombie model is now looking like. So what I've done is I've added a few more boil effects on there. Probably not going to really overdo it, I think, because I think less is more sometimes when it comes to kind of producing a good model. There's probably only one more thing I wouldn't mind doing on this, which is actually adding a little tear into his shirt here on this side. So let's do that again. I think what we're going to use again is just probably the same technique I showed before with the on the head using a mask. So this is I'll show you very quickly how I'll do it again. Drawing the mask. Probably not do it heart shaped. There you go. Invert that. Use your Control and I on the keyboard. Zoom into it a little bit more. Let's see it there. Let's bring that. Increase the size of the brush. Actually, let's do that. Going to move. I'll bring it in. As you can see, we're not affecting any of the shaded area, which is good. So let's bring that in. Do some quick adjustments on the angle. Let's see. Yeah, I think that'll look good on the print. So let's. Yeah, so when it's 3D printed, it'll look good. That's right. Fantastic. Let's leave it at that. So there you have it. I think we've got a really good zombie model now. So we've ditched the crowbar, which I didn't like the look of, and we've made some modifications that I think look suitably zombified now, as they say. The ball details has come out great, and the head looks so much more better. I think just thinning it down just makes it look more zombified. Yeah, fantastic. Let's see how this model prints out, and I'll come back to you shortly and show you the results. Okay, so we're happy with the model now, and just have a quick look around. It's good. So we want to now try and bring this into a file, an STL file for a resin printer. So before we do that, we've got to treat certain things. So in the process, I've had to increase the number of active point counts in the model. So that obviously increases the number of polygons in the actual model itself. So we need to bring that down, or else we're going to end up with a big file to transfer over. So let's do that now. Go to Z plugin, and we need to go to somewhere called Decimation Master. So I've already opened it up here. So we want to process this down. So we're looking at a decimation of around 20%. Want to hit around 200k polys. That sounds about right to me. So let's make sure that happens. So it's a two-step process now. So we've got to do something called pre-process current. So let's click that, and then what you'll see is ZBrush gives a little bit of processing. You can see the bar up there moving. Fantastic. Okay, we'll come back now. So that process took around half a minute. So we've done the pre-process current. Okay, so that's fine. It's ready to be decimated further. So if we click decimate current, there, it didn't take long at all. So it's brought it down from active points 2 million to well, that amount now, which is way much smaller, which is perfect for an STL. Let's bring it to the STL import. So what we need to do now is go to 3D Print Hub and check the sizing is right. We want it about 25 millimeters. That's correct, because it's in line with my other miniatures, which are like special ops miniatures. So that's fine. That's all good. Don't worry about those. And what we want to worry about now is export to STL. Let's do that. So I'm just going to save it here. Zombie Attacker, that's a good one. I think I'm just going to call it Zombie Attacker Revised. Crimson Orc. Perfect. There you go. Files were successfully exported. So let's now bring that into something like Chichu box or Lychee and add supports, and let's get that printed. So as you can see, I've brought in the model into Lychee. What I've done is I've also generated the supports and gone through the model looking for specific islands where areas need additional supports. This could be, as an example, the arms, bits of the sleeve, parts of the head. Usually where the model tends to fail is around the feet, actually. So I'm just going to add in a few more here just to be sure, but not too much. I'm relatively happy with that now, and I'm happy that there's no islands in there. So yeah, it's going to be good to go. Hopefully this will print out on my Elegoo Mars, and it'll be a good model, and I'm going to paint that up just to see if how much the details come through. Obviously we'll treat this as like a prototype stage before we mass produce it into a proper zombie army. As you can see, the zombie miniature turned out well. It took 3 hours to print on my Elegoo Mars, and as you can see, the details came out excellently. Particularly impressed with the boils on the left hand and the detailing on the head. Well, it just worked really nicely. So now this is ready to be printed multiple times to create a zombie army. So obviously there's one thing to look out for, and that's obviously your user license agreements and making sure that you're not stepping on everybody's toes, particularly the original creators. You don't want to be reselling any of these miniatures that you're making, that you're modifying. This one in particular is, although it's a free model, and I'm still not going to be daft enough to put it on the market and reselling it as my own creation, because it's, well, to be quite frank, it's not. So it's done by another creator. So strictly for my own personal use, of course, and making sure that these tabletop miniatures are, used for my games. Thank you for watching part 2, and that finishes up the ZBrush tutorial. I hope to make some more content around ZBrush, and I hope you enjoyed it. As always, like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.